Hi, welcome everybody. Myself Pramod Kumar, and I'm a CFA charter holder and FRM GARB certified. That's another certification. My website is riseanalytics.ca. This video, I'm planning to give you some overview of a CFA program. So basically, this is the agenda I'm planning to cover: the CFA benefits, CFA program curriculum. What's the focus on each level? So basically, CFA has three levels, and what's the exam weights, what's the exam structure, and the fees. So this is just the overview of the CFA programs, but going forwards, I'm planning to post some more video on the CFA topics, any topics, for example, or and also share that video on my website. So my website is Rise Analytics, or you can subscribe to my channel to get more updates on the CFA or any on the analytics side as well. So here is the my website, riseanalytics.ca. Basically, see as I just recently posted a video on equity valuation concept and basic tool. So you can see here, and some more you will find later on. So let's stick to the agenda. Okay, so CFA benefits. S- Just a disclaimer here: all the content comes from the CFA Institute websites. Their website is cfainstitute.org. So here they're saying if I click on this one, they mention a couple of benefits, but truly what I think is the gold standard or strong ethic foundations, global passport, and unmatched experience. So if I say from my own experience, now I am complete my CFA. It's worldwide recognized financial certificate. So it's a 3-year rigorous program. So this is the link. I click it. I came here. So they have couple of match, but wherever you go, it matches it. People know about the CFA, and you get a lot of respect. That's what actually personally they didn't mention it, but personally I find this, and you get your after CFA, you can even register to the local chapters. On their website, there is a lot of career resource guidelines. Even the mentorship programs are there, and they are pretty strong on ethics, I believe. Before CFA, although I was an ethical person as well, but this focus so much on the ethics. When I go out with you on the CFA levels, you see on level 1 and 2 and 3, it's they have certain a good weight and on the ethics, and they gives more scenario and on the readings deep down on that. So I truly believe that. And the main point which I like to highlight is this really is a gold standard. Basically, it's a very rigorous exams, and it's well respected, and has its own history as well. So it's been not like new, it's been there for many years. The next thing is what covers in the program, what we're trying to get from it. Okay, so it's cover the ethics, which I already, the quantitative methods, the economics, the financial reporting analysis, corporate finance, and these are like equity investments, fixed income, derivatives, alternate investment, and portfolio management and wealth management. So if I click on this link, so basically I also provided you the links. So basically it goes so ethics, so it goes very deep. So not only so these are the high level, it's the topic area, but it goes very deep. So it's not like exam where they really literally when they I still remember on my level 2 exam or any other level, they focus on whether you really understand, the candidate understand the topic or not. So candidates are those who's basically registered into the programs, and once you pass it, then you become a member just like me. And it's also, I like to highlight here, even if you are not have any financial background before, or comes from like a IT or some mathematics or any other quants or engineering backgrounds, it's doesn't matter as, right? So as, so so that's why they have a three levels. So level one, basically, that's why if I they focus on to ensure they whoever register to their programs after the level one, I believe almost all have a same basic knowledge. So if I just keep aside their, if you are working in the industry, for sure that's unmatchable. If somebody's doing equity research, for example, for many years, you cannot just match them after passing level one, right? That's the whole. But what I'm trying to say here is, even uh, if nobody has, let's say you don't have a bachelor degree, but if you, so at least from the, they have might have a strong on the equity side, but maybe they don't are not strong maybe on the, let's say, on the fixed income or the portfolio management, right? So it's, they try to, on the level one they try to, and the on come on the same scale. So that's what actually my take on that one. So once the book comes, you will notice, okay, there are like a few, the books are like at least this heavy, like if I can show my arm, like, so this thick stack, like a big box comes to you, and the books are like quite 400, 500, and some are small as well, but it's quite a big readings books. So I was, when it comes to me, there's like six books. When first time I registered, I said, oh holy cow, what what it comes, right now I have to work and study. But uh, really it's just changed my life, honestly. After that, the now it's just not the word, but for example, I really understand the meaning of it as well. So let's go to the next one. Okay, so let's say, okay, what's the focus on the level, right? So first level, which I say the focus is, as already mentioned, is on this, the knowledge and comprehensive, right? That you get the knowledge, okay, what is this, and at least something, if somebody's saying on the Bloomberg or channel, or on the, if local news CP24 here, because I'm from Canada, or let's say from CBS News or CNN or CBNBC, depend which region you're living, any business or any newspaper you're reading. So at least you have some knowledge you can read to it, right? So, but on, and the level two is more upon the application, right? You get any, whether swap or interest swap or equity or fixed income, you name it, you just value it, right? It's very deep. You just value it, and I'm literally mean it, right? So I still remember my level two so it seems like this, right? If it's way deep, you really have to study this and understand this valuation is. And the third is all about the portfolio management. The portfolio management is everything's what you learn from level one, level two, it's all come together, and then you think in terms of the portfolio manager, how, for example, you make IPS of individual, or the the corp the the foundations, for example, where you say, okay, what's how you manage the portfolio. It's all about the portfolio management and how you hedge it, risk management. So let's say more deep level what it is. So again, I also provided the link here. So if you click on the link, uh, you will find this here. So you will find this here, and you can read more about it, right? So the next one is, oops, okay, sorry about that. So the next one is the weights. So each, so this, if you see, the total is the 100% weight, but what covers in level one, what in level two and level three. So these are like these are the percentage. So ethics goes all the way from the level one to 15%, right, of the total 100%. Then quantitative methods, basically this is like a statistics, right? For level one is pretty straightforward, like hypothesis testing, like your probabilities and all those. If you, it's good, pretty basic and goes deep. And then level two, it goes from 5 to 15%, right? It's level, in level two there's a topic, time series regressions, something like that common. But level 3, yes, 0%, right? There's nothing, no quants here. Level, then there is economics as well, you price and value demand and all those, and it's, and FSA is a financial, yeah, you can say FSA or financial reporting analysis is 15% in level 1, 10 to, so this is a range between when we say level 2, right? So they are not precise, so they can ask 15% or they can also ask 10%, right? So similarly, when you say, and in level 3 there is no accounting, right? So this is all about portfolio management. Then corporate finance in also 10%, and level 2 is 5 to 10% and 0%. So level 3, you see, is heavily on the portfolio and the wealth management and planning, right? So that's what their focus is, right? But in order to do that, we really need to understand, have the knowledge and the application foundation, right, to do that. And then equity investment is 11%, fixed income is 6%, but it goes. Alternative investment is 6, and portfolio management is just an introduction here, but it goes. It's pretty big range, right? So this is pretty big topic in level 2. Equity investment and fixed income, you can see from, if see on the high level is 15 plus 15 is 30% just from this, and FSA is pretty big as those are really, and derivatives and alternate investments, right? So this is there. So, okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, so next thing is exam. Okay, so what's, how the exam is there. So if I, let me click on it, to it, right? Okay, so okay, so this is about the exam, right? So exam fees and let's say exam fees and deadline, right? So okay, what's the exam fees? So exam fees is the first time when you register it, they take extra, everything is US dollars, right? If you are living in, so right now I'm in Canada, so earlier when I registered it was at dollar and CAD was at par, but now it's like 30%, almost 30% difference we have to pay from Canada to, similarly on your country maybe it's different. So first time is a little bit more, right? So on the dollar wise, but believe me, this is just the one time, and once you pass it, it's really worth it. And sometimes is also, you notice if you work in any financial institutions or any asset management firm, they pay it. If you pass it, they pay it. So it's worth it actually, to study. But the only thing is you have to spend some time, right? So okay, so let's go again next year. So one time fees for $50, and then for level 1 exam, if you registered by, let's say for 14 March 2018, then is, so they have like a different deadlines. If you do the first, you only have to pay 650, but if you miss this deadline and then you still want to register for the level 1, let's say this is the 950, it's a quite jump. So I suggest, if you really have want to, not only just for the fees, but if you really register this, register well in advance, right? Because you need the time. Let's say if you are let's say if you are from 6 to, the more time you have, I believe the more odds in your favor to pass this exam, let's put this way. So this is, they published already 2019 exam date, so the early is October 10th. So if you are planning, you can save some dollar amount here, and similarly the late, you can go until the next March, right? Okay, so this is, so level 1 you can actually do twice, June and December, and June, right? So if you, let's say if you fail in December, you can go after 6 months in June exam, and you can still try one more time, right? But if you, for the level 2 and level 3, this is a little bit tricky, like this is only once a year actually. If you think, oh no, I have to wait for 1 year to, but think this way, the content is so big. If you are, just working, and you just really need to ace the material, rights and the practice it. So I believe, uh, even if you, pass the December exam, you can go in, let's say if you pass the December in level 1, right, in December 2018, and if you want to do in after 6 months level 2, I think if you don't have, it's a little bit too early, honestly, I say, right? If you just want to go there to pass, maybe some are like exceptional, but that's my honest opinion there, right? So in order to really ace it, I think it's 1 year. It's fair time for a CFA, right? Because you need to practice, you need to really understand the material, because you never know, right? They from there they ask they ask from anywhere, right? They really want to ensure. And here, okay, and here one more thing, right? So, okay, so exam you write 2 times. That's another thing here, right? So one thing you write in the morning, right? You go there, you register, make sure you reach on the time. They are very strict on that, right? You go there, you write your 3 hour exam, then the proctor is who are in is in charge there on the exam side. Like, you finish the exam, you come back, and then after, I believe, 2 hours now, then you go and again sit for the again 3 hour exam, right? So that's a total different questions you have, and then you go. And coming on the exam, right? What kind of exam is it? Okay, so level, yeah, and you go again. So it's quite painful, right? So if you think this way, 6 hour exam, right? So it's a 6 hour exam, 3 in the morning, 3 in the evening, plus you have a 2 hour break. So it's totally 8 hours. So really, they want to test your limit, right? You really go stretch you out whether you can really do it. And also some of the centers are, honestly, like I am from Toronto, and this, I go to the international, mostly this they on the International Congress Center. So I believe, maybe if I'm not wrong, it's so many candidates. I assume maybe like 5,000. I'm not sure. It's so big, so many candidates there. If you go, let's say, if you think you can be reached there half an hour ago, if you're driving yourself, forget it. You won't make it. It's just so line up, so queue. So you have to go early. Some people, the book the hotel next to the exam center, so a little bit relaxing for them to come. Otherwise, if you have somebody to drop, just in case if your exams center is not that busy, right, they will inform you in advance, okay, that be prepared for that. And there you get an email. They're quite good on that one. So what you need to register for exam, okay, you need your passport. You, if you don't have it, make sure you make it. So I believe that's, if it's not changed, actually that's what I use it. So you can use your passport, and then you, let's see, let's go to the site again, right? Exam information to register and some degree. Okay, now focus on what's the exam structure, right? That's also very important, I believe. So the level 1, level 2, and level 3, like all different exam structure, right? So level 1 is pretty straightforward, right? Let's click on this link, right? So this is again 3 hour 120 multiple choice questions, right? So on average, you see, you only have 19 seconds, just 19 seconds to finish one question, right? You cannot guess it for sure. If you guess it in the morning one, you will stuck on the afternoon one, right? Because you don't know how, so they will catch you there, right? So that's why there are two different session, maybe. That's what might take. So total 240, 120 in the morning, 120 in the evening. So whether you know or not, okay, so there is no negative marking. So that's a good thing about it. So there is no negative marking on that one, right? So they really make sure you understand the topic when this does. So this is, for example, kind of question a sample question they put on their website, right? Like, okay, analyst suspected a particular company on the US GAAP financial statement may require some adjustment because the company may take or pay contract. The most likely effect of the appropriate adjustment would to increase the company. So what you're taking it, right? What, how you will analyze it. So basically that's what how you. Similarly, some other example they giving you, right? Okay, now come back to the level 2 structure. Okay, so how is the levels 2 exam structure is? So level 2 exam structure, you get 10 items. So you again have two exams, one in the morning, one in the evening, but you have item set. So item set is more like you get like a s you get a comprehensive paragraph, like a big paragraph. I think they provide some example, hopefully. uh, oh no. Okay, so you get like a paragraph, and you get like a 4 5 bunch of question, like for that, right? And the worst thing about that is, honestly, if you don't sometime the question are dependent, right? So if you don't understand that, you screw it up, right? So basically you can, it's not like you, if it's like you've gone your 5 6 questions gone, right? And that's a big point. So you can see here, right, each weighted equally with no penalty on the incorrect answer. Okay, level 2 is no penalty. Oh, pretty strange, right? They didn't put that on the level 1. I Depending on how the topic covered. Okay, they didn't mention that, but I believe, I'm still believe, because there's no penalty there for sure for the negative marking, but here they make it explicit, right? Okay, on the exam 120 items, okay, the 20 we need for 6. So basically there is a 20 case items with 6 items, 6 questions. So maybe sometime it can be 4 or maybe more, but I think they mention here 6, so let's stick to 6, right? So 10 in the morning, 10 in the afternoon, and this is really, you need to read it. So how much you need to read it, and if you think from the timing, right, the length is about, you see what's the item set format, they're very clear, like it's called like a mini cases, right? It's like a mini cases, you need to case statement understand and question this. So it can go from, you look here, right, it can go from all the way from page 1 to, so 2.5 page, right, can go there. And average length of the exam is 1.5. The average length of a vignette on the exam is, so this is the average length of the case study, right, is 1.5, can be. So think this way, you have to read that 1.5 pages. I'm not planning to here like make you scare, but I'm just giving you what's coming. If you really registered, you cannot just register it half-hearted, right, and say okay, I'll see. But no, you have to be really committed if you want to pass this exam, uh, right? So I think this is one of the exam, I can say, even if you pay the money, you, it's not guarantee until unless you really study. I see many people, especially if you go on the LinkedIn website, people pass, they say I tried level 2 like 7 times, I tried level, some people even stuck level 3. I know some of my some of, I don't want to name that, they don't even pass level 1. It's not like there is something great about it, but you never know, right? Sometimes the odds are not in your favor, but level 1, some is depend upon. So you really need to, is you cannot just mug up as well, like okay, I'll read this and make sure you remember. It's impossible because the content is so huge. Even if you, it's won't possible until understand, you do practice, understand, read and read it, and practice, practice, practice. That's, and it goes deep into your mind. So when, at that time, and there is also some tricks which I'll share in the future video, right? Not the tricks in terms of how you can answer these questions, right? All these 1.5, because if you read the whole 1.5 and go and answer, for sure you won't able to do that, right? But I'll cover that in separate videos. The but the bottom line is you just have to work hard and study. Okay, the level 3 is honestly one of my favorite exam, because when I register for the exam, I say, holy cow, what is this, right? You see here is the morning session. Oh, constructed response essay questions. So I say, oh my god, I have to write a essay, and there is too much, right? So between eight, they only have 8 to 12 questions with the subpart with maximum 180 points. And afternoon is, again, is the case set, is the item set, just like level 2. So what I'm trying to say is the level 3 here is 2 parts, just like level 2 or level 1, but it has the mini cases only in the afternoon. And when we mini cases is, one good thing about it is just the multiple choice, right? In level 1, level 2, and level 3, whether it's a mini case or the individual, it's just you have to pick, but you really need to sometime need to compute, sometime need to describe, uh, right? But in level 3 is a morning session, you really have to, now it comes your skill, whatever you study, you analyze, you, that you put on paper, right? And on that, most of the people, honestly, they won't able to, won't, if they don't know how to write the response, they won't able to finish the morning part. So that's the big problem with the morning part. But once you know how to, it's such a good skill, honestly. You learn that it's not only used in your exam, it used in your day-to-day life as well. When you write any response to them, I feel I change as a person when I respond. It's to the point, too precise, honest. Basically, it's not like an essay. It's like a, you just give your opinion, you think first, and when you put your pen or pencil, you just write it in the bullet points, right? So that's pretty much it. So that's on they have some guidelines, you can go and read about it. And the I don't want to scare you further, but the percentage of passing rate is honestly is pretty less. So I think 40 to 45%. So let's say the level 2, right? That's the scoring passing rate. You see, so December only 43% of the candidate pass. Level 2 47, level 3 is a little bit higher, right? 54. But in order to come here, you see, you have to first, out of 43, you go to 47, and then out of that you pitch the 54. But maybe some candidate who are repeat here, who do multiple times. So but that's good, right? It's competitive. If it not only gives the CFA exam, if I want to summarize, it's such a good certification right on your in your bag once you get it. So nobody can say to you, right? Okay, that I think I already nobody can say to you, okay, you don't know that your subject, because you studied it, right? You, if I forget about the academic part of it and just focus on the, let's say, the soft part, right? It's people know already, oh, he's did CFA, so he must be a hardworking guy, right? He So that's for sure, right? You must spend some time, you are willing, you are ready to drive and achieve result, you are there, strong ethic foundation, right? So these are the the indirect value, honestly. And after that, I notice, if I give my example, right, it's very easy. My now one of my the VPs, even they see me in different respect. Even my colleagues, they ask me, okay, how you did it, how they have a different eyesight by looking to me. It's not like they earlier they're not available or they're not, but I see more respect, honestly, and more respect on that. Okay, so I think we already covered that. I think I covered the exam fees and all. So this is the program exam fees. Okay, I already put that link. So I provide this link, and I'll also try to post this video on my. So further information, you can go to this website. So it has more. This is the CFA Institute website. It has more information. Or if you have any question or comment, you can go comment on the channel. I try to answer that. And also, as I noticed earlier, the Rise Analytics.ca is my website. Try to put a link on my videos. I try to put more videos on the CFA topics, which, if you are unclear, if you have any question on any other topic, you can post there. I'll try to create the videos on that as the time permits. And if you like it, really kindly like my channel and share as well. And thank you. And if at the end, I just like to say, if you really think one of the best thing you want to do with your career, and if you can really spend the time without any bias, I think that's the program you should look into it without any doubts. In uh, Thank you. Thank you for your time. Bye.